Snakemas, everyone. Welcome to a special holiday season time episode of Sequel Rights, the podcast where we take a look at the franchises that make you go, they made how many of those? And we give each and every sequel a fair trial. My name is Justin Camps, and I'm here with
Elizabeth Ellie.
And
not Tim Allen, Tyler Hyman.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Yes, good one.
For the first time in many Christmases, yes.
That's right. He's always around. Just threatening to come back as the Santa Claus. But yeah, we are very excited to wrap up the year and wrap up our Snake Placid universe with the brand new Anaconda 2025 that came out here in the United States on Christmas Day.
Tying the record for our longest franchise ever.
Even though technically we're combined.
And Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, but it's two together, so.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a three-way tie now.
That's right.
Your move, Land Before Time.
What if they crossed it over with Air Bud? I think that'd be great because you got Lake Placid already.
God.
Yeah.
I think Littlefoot can ball. I'll just put it out there.
How will the dog survive the snake? Anyways, you heard another voice there. We have a very special guest helping us wrap things up this holiday season. Shawn Curley is here. He is currently the creative director at Heroic Signatures. He's been on the podcast in the past to talk Chucky with us. Thank you so much, Shawn, for coming back.
Yeah, I'm so excited, and I'm glad it's this movie and this franchise because it's a really fun one. So I can't wait to talk about this movie. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Fun time at the theater this holiday season. Before we get too far into things, Eliz, where can people reach out?
Yeah, send us your emails and most importantly, your suggestions for next year because we do not know what we're doing.
It's wide open.
Yeah, so sequelrights@gmail.com, or you can send us a message or a reply at Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
And I'm also throwing down the gauntlet. If anybody has a connection to get Carl Urban, Johnny Cage himself in Mortal Kombat, onto this podcast,
oh my God,
reach out to us, let us know. We got to talk to him.
Certainly.
That would be incredible.
Yes. Rate and review wherever you're listening.
Yes.
5 stars is a long way to getting Carl Urban on this podcast.
It really helps. It could help.
It really helps get Carl Urban.
It might happen. You just got to reach out. No, may as well just give it a chance. Anyways, also, if you're looking for something, you're sitting at home during this little break in between the holidays here, looking for something to listen to, head over to your favorite music streaming service and search up Sequel Rights as an artist, and you can hear these AI songs we've been making for funsies. I would say that they're a little backed up at the moment because things are busy at the distribution company for the holiday season. So the last couple episodes are behind. But they'll be up soon.
I will say that in my personal algorithm, as somebody who should not be supporting this whatsoever, in the heavy rotation playlist on my Apple Music, Snakes in Love has somehow getting in there.
Yes,
because. God damn, it's a great song.
I'll say, according to the metrics, the favorite song is Let Me See That Tooth with the top string.
Oh. Well, I mean, we didn't have time this year, but by next year, I think we should be in some people's Spotify Wrapped.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
I think so.
That would be incredible. If that happens, you let us know. I would love that.
Yes.
All right. There'll be another one at the end of this week's episode, but let's get into it. Here it is, Anaconda 2025.
I don't want to wait, man.
Doug, what are you talking about?
Let's do it. Let's reboot Anaconda.
Yes.
Wait.
What?
This is going to be the adventure of a lifetime. We've dreamed of making this movie ever since we were kids.
What does it cost to get this thing made?
$2.5 million.
We've approved a loan for up to $9,400.
Yes.
We're going to shoot it indie style. Run and gun.
We need a riverboat, a script, a snake handler, and a real snake.
Claire, you and I will star in it.
I love you, Derek.
Kenny, you shoot it.
Here we go.
Doug, you direct.
Action! Put your face right up next to the snake. Maybe it'll be okay.
Cody.
This is Anaconda. And we no longer have a snake for our snake movie. We have to go out in the jungle and find another one. What is that?
Oh my.
My Anaconda!
I love that trailer, honestly. Like, it makes that song sound so badass, and it's just great.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that basic boom, 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 boom. Like,
Yeah.
so, really, it's perfect.
Gets me hyped for that movie
It's
every
great.
time I see it.
Like, once I get into the actual lyrics or the credits, I'm not sure it really works anymore. But
Yeah.
at least for the trailer, it worked. And then when the movie ended, I'm like, I don't know. Like,
There's
now we're
really
just
only
talking
that
about
one
butts.
line. Yeah.
Like, I get the metaphor, but it works in the trailer really well. So,
Yeah.
they
All
should have just re-recorded it like you guys do. They should have gotten you, Justin, on there to
I know.
write some
Come
new
on.
lyrics.
What were they thinking?
Another
Well,
missed opportunity.
here we are finally at the end of the Snake Placid franchise that that's what we dubbed it, combining Lake Placid and Anaconda. And we're here with this insane meta comedy, action comedy even, with Paul Rudd, Jack Black, Steve Zahn, Tendiwe Newton. Who else? Selton Mello?
A murderer's row of a cast. We have Daniela Melchior. We have just a ridiculous cast. That's
Steve Zahn. Like,
Yes.
come
oh my
on,
god,
man.
Steve Zahn,
He's so
movie
great.
enhancer,
MVP.
If-
Bad Ape.
MVP.
Yes, Bad Ape is. We have had so much love for Steve Zahn on this podcast, and spoiler alert, one of my largest critiques for this film is an underutilization of Steve Zahn.
Yeah, agreed.
a fair
Use him
point.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of heart and soul of this movie for sure, and any movie he's in, pretty much. Just like Hollywood
Every
needs
time.
to hire more of Steve's. They put Steve's on in every movie.
Show me the Zahn.
Yeah, that guy's got some serious charm. He's great.
I mean, they
Yeah.
they totally killed it with this cast. I think that honestly, my favorite thing about the movie is the chemistry and the friendship of this group.
Yes.
I think that's
Yes.
what really
Yeah,
sells
yeah.
it. You're with these friends who don't know shit about anything except trying to make a movie, and this like the fun, crazy adventure that they go on dealing with like a real giant anaconda and everything is just so funny. And I feel like all the relationships work really well, and it's because these actors are so incredible.
Yeah, we should say the director and his writing partner, they are the team behind the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which is
Yes.
a freaking hilarious
It's an
meta
amazing film.
about Nicolas Cage or playing
Right,
Nick
yeah.
Cage, his fictional version. And that movie was so good. And so I was excited when I learned that was the guy doing this. He did a really long interview in Variety that I'll probably refer to a couple of times, but he said as far as these actors go, like it was super hard to shoot because he was like, hey, stop fucking around. Like we got to get the film, you know?
Yeah, we got the
And then
film
Jack
done.
Black and Paul Rudd and Steve Zahn were just like, just grab
Oh my
assing
God.
and, joking around with each other all over the place. And then like Tandy Wade Newton had to come in and be like, all right, losers, let's get this thing shot, and that she was kind of the grounding force, but that they were all really good friends.
Yeah, the
I
director
love
at hand is Tom Gormican.
Gornican, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Has made some very fun films, and something that I was very excited that was bringing this kind of meta sequel into the light here. So I guess let's start with, how did everybody watch this movie? I watched it the day after Christmas at the Americana brand in Rick Caruso's village.
Ah.
Yes.
The Caruso. I saw it yesterday, actually, at the Grove.
Also Rick Caruso.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, you guys, great job.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had a fun time. I did a double feature, actually. We saw Anaconda,
Nice.
and then we saw No Other Choice.
Oh, cool.
Oh, excellent.
So that was my Barbenheimer for this year.
Yeah.
Fun.
And-
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I ended up watching it the day after Christmas as well at AMC 30, no longer called The Block for anyone who knows in
Oh,
Orange.
indeed. That is where I saw The Dark Knight Rises after
Oh.
a 3 hour. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Multiple film watching with my brother. Anyway, continue.
Okay. But interestingly, I sort of like did a social experiment on my own parents, and that I was like, hey, we're going to go to a movie the day after Christmas. It's going to be Anaconda because I got to watch it for the podcast. And my dad was like, but I want to watch Rental Family. And my mom was like, I want to watch something else. And I was like, well, we're going to see Anaconda. You can see those other movies on your own time. So they hadn't gleaned really anything from the marketing. So my dad just kept saying like, I don't understand how they're going to make it a comedy, because he didn't know the premise. He just knew that it was supposed to be funny because Jack Black is in it. And so he kept saying that. And I was like, I don't know. I just like didn't tell him the premise. And then after Christmas, because everyone left pretty early, like around 5 or 6. And so we're just like cleaning up, and he's like, oh, is the original Anaconda like on streaming? Let's just watch it. And so he like put it on and watched it. And then
I saw this on your
on
letterbox.
Christmas. Yeah. So I watched it again on Christmas with my dad. And then he was like, oh, it's pretty good. Yeah, I still just don't understand how they're going to make it a comedy. And then we like get there the next day, and he's like, oh my gosh. Like he was so surprised. He just like could not believe this idea. So it was kind of fun to trick them into that.
That's so fun. My God. Wow. Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, I rewatched the original too. I felt like I had to. I'm glad I did. Right. It's been so long. And I know you guys have already talked about it, but my memory of that first movie is it was like in the 90s, right? And it took itself like, it's very campy, but it also kind of takes itself pretty seriously, especially with like that whole opening crawl where it's like, anacondas, we don't know how big they are or whatever. And I remember like it's like the urban legends of anacondas, and I remember like as a little kid watching that with my dad. I'm like, are there really snakes that big? He's like, we don't know, we just don't know.
We could never know.
Unexplored. Yeah.
And so like I actually was like that in Lake Placid. Both of those movies when I was growing up were big, especially since I grew up in Maine, and Lake Placid takes place in Maine.
Yeah,
which is weird because Lake Placid's in New York, I think, right?
Yeah.
But whatever. Either way, like
those
two movies as a kid made me not want to swim in lakes for a while.
I am more scared of lakes than I am of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the muck
because of these movies. Yes.
It's very mucky in
it's
lakes.
a finite pool of water, whereas an ocean is an infinite pool.
Yeah.
Like there is a natural like process that's going to meet out anything that's there. In a lake, it's just like maybe some weird crocodile ended up there.
It's the stillness, like the ocean's knocking stuff around. It's like a blender. And then there's just something really eerie about lakes where they're just so like quiet and calm, and you're like, okay, what's waiting? But
probably a big snake.
I never got around. I never got around to watching the Lake Placid crossovers, but I'm gonna have to.
You're fine.
They're
pretty,
are they
pretty
are
bad.
they at least fun
Pretty
in
bad.
a bad way?
Maybe.
No, you guys.
Depending on how much time you have, how much you got.
We did it so you didn't have to.
Yes.
All right, great.
Yes,
there you go. Because I was gonna say, like, I thought that when I was a kid, it's like Lake Placid's awesome, and I watched it recently. I'm like, I don't know if it really holds up. I think Anaconda holds up more than Lake Placid.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah.
I died in the theater when Paul Rudd did that. Pretty smart idea.
Yeah.
Smart idea. Yeah.
Wait, okay, so Justin, how did you see it? And I saw that you purchased a little souvenir.
Popcorn bucket. I
actually didn't buy it. I just took a photo with it.
Oh, they let you hold it?
Yeah, it was just out.
You were like, I used to work here. Just give me the bucket.
Yeah, I literally went to like my hometown Marcus Theaters or Marcus Cinema or whatever that I used to work at, and saw it with some of my family members that we dragged along Christmas Day. We went 7:00 Christmas night.
Wow.
Oh wow!
And everyone had a good time. It was not a very full theater, and
in Wisconsin.
Yeah, in Wisconsin. Plenty of tickets
where
left.
It counts, right? Like if it's doing well in Wisconsin, then I feel like this movie would have crushed in January or something. Like I feel that Christmas Day kind of screwed it a little bit.
It's a weird choice, but I don't know.
I did all.
There must be some method behind the madness.
I did also like. I enjoyed the movie a lot, but I was also like, who is this for? Like, who wants to see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you like Elis did, like force someone to go, I believe that they will have a good time. And even my brother liked it. He originally was kind of like, I don't want to see it. I want to see Avatar or whatever. But he liked it, and I think you just got to get people there.
Your point though about like who's this for? Like I kind of agree that's maybe one of the things that is suffering from just a tiny bit because it's kind of harkens back to those movies that we had growing up, like the Seth Rogen movies and all that, where they did these crazy ideas like this is the end. But the thing with those movies is they really went all in on the concept being like R-rated, like the comedy was hard. And I feel like with this one, they were trying to make it like a comedy and then also like a little bit of action and horror, but also like pretty safe and family friendly at the same time. And I feel like maybe they should just gone all in on the comedy aspect a little bit more, but it's enjoyable.
And
I had a good time.
It's like so specific too. It's like who is asking for an anaconda, like a thing that's referencing anaconda all the time.
Oh, but as they say, the more specific you make something, the more universal it is.
I don't know.
I think that it's also I appreciated it, but I think it plays into the exact thing that you guys are talking about. It's not even like Anaconda is like the favorite movie of the friend group.
Yeah.
Like it is something that Paul Rudd's character Griff just brings up to them, and they're like, oh yeah, like we liked it at the time. Like,
well, he's like on the lot and he sees the poster.
Yeah, he sees the poster, which is delightful. I have other like theories and thoughts about that dynamic, but we can get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, so what? Griff is a big, a Hollywood actor who hilariously has gotten, 4 episodes of SWAT.
5 episodes of SWAT.
He was trying to be on Grey's Anatomy, Justin.
Yeah, that's right. I know. I love that you're like, oh, I can tell this is a Sony movie. They're talking about SWAT over and over again. And he's just been struggling a little bit. It seems like he gets this doctor role and then like gets 2 in his head in a hilarious way. And then we've got Doug McAllister, Jack Black's character, who's they grew up together and he was going to go off to Hollywood with him, but kind of got stuck in Buffalo.
Making wedding films.
That's right.
Wedding films.
Now, pretty cool ones. I would hire him.
Yes.
I got married in April. And I would have hired him to make my wedding video. That would have been awesome. I think there's actually a big market for those types of so maybe someone will watch this and make that their business model and make a ton of cash.
Oh, yeah.
So, Elis, you're from California. Justin, you moved here as I moved here. Do you have this friend that you expected to move out with you? And then
that's a good question.
I do. I have this friend.
I don't think I have a specific friend that I was going to move out here with. No, I know I had a friend.
So it's me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, you have Allison and Kyle, I guess.
Yeah, but I didn't know them before I got in,
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
I knew Kyle beforehand, but he was out here first. So it's like.
Oh, right.
And then his roommate, Scott, who I was like friends with in high school and elementary school, I knew he wanted to be out here too, but he's already out here too. So. There you go. I don't know.
So you were the one that was dragging your feet.
That's right. I was like, I guess I'll go to school longer, and then came out here.
Yeah.
But that was.
Yeah, I feel like everybody knows somebody like that, though. Even if you grew up out here, like there's really talented people that everyone knows that just didn't pursue it, and sometimes they're like also very fine with that and okay with it. And you're like, man, I wish I had like an ounce of your talent, but then they don't pursue it at all. It's the same thing with like. The funniest people in the world are people that have no interest in getting into comedy at all. And they just, become salesmen or whatever. And they're still, you see them 20 years later and they can make you laugh harder than anyone on TV. So I actually liked this part of the story. It's a little depressing, but like also it's very real. And I like that. I think it also, they had to bring a giant snake to life, but then they also had to make Paul Rudd look poor, which seemed like, pretty difficult. I was looking at it. I'm like, he still looks rich as fuck.
I love that he references that he has like a 78-year-old roommate.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, I do think that this movie does something that's quite wonderful. Is that it almost feels like that they're swapping the traditional Jack Black and Paul Rudd roles, where like usually it'd be the Paul Rudd person who's like, I have a beautiful family and like I can't do this, and Jack Black's like the crazy person. And I feel like this is so much more real, where
I
like
like
Jack
it.
Black is the person who has the family and the stability, and it's the handsome dude who is just like can't get the message, and he's the one who's actually shitty, which is I think one of the best things that this movie puts forward.
Apparently they swapped roles. I read that today, that
I believe it.
Paul Rudd was going to play the Jack Black part, and they ended up swapping. But I agree with you, Tyler, that I really liked it this way. It shows a side of Jack that you don't get to see too often. And Jack has a lot of great roles, but I really like them both in the roles that they had a lot. So it's nice to see Paul Rudd be kind of a little bit of a shitster once in a while.
Yep. He causes real problems here.
I recently watched, or I'm sure all you guys saw, Friendship.
Oh my God, yes.
He was crazy in that too.
So good.
So yeah.
There was one that Duncan Jones directed, and I forget the name of it. But
Mute.
he was.
It was called Mute.
Mute, yeah. He was like a psychopath.
Right.
With the Skarsgård. Yep.
Yes, yeah. I want to see more.
Was that a Netflix movie?
Indeed, it was a Netflix
so.
movie.
Yeah.
It was like the early days of Netflix movies.
Yeah, like way early.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then you guys brought up Steve Zahn and how good he is, and he's like
God.
kind of. I mean, like I don't know, what do most people know him from? Like I know we said Bad Ape, and I guess White Lotus.
Saving Silverman.
Okay,
Saving Silverman, Sahara.
So he's done like a lot of
everyone
comedies,
knows him
but
from
also
Sahara.
some like serious things too.
He was big in like the early aughts.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early aughts were his time, and I don't think he ever really like hit it the same way that these other guys did. Which, by the way, I'm just realizing Jack Black and him were in Saving Silverman together, so
Indeed.
a little bit of a reunion.
It does feel like his role is also one that could have been Jack Black in a different movie, just
totally.
over the top, like so crazy. This whole thing about the what was it?
Underutilized,
Buffalo
too.
Sober.
Buffalo
Sober.
Oh yeah, that's there weren't a lot of clips available online, but that's one that I pulled. Here we go.
Well, I mean, Buffalo Sober.
Buffalo Sober?
Mm-hmm. Just beer and wine. And then some of the lighter liquors, but definitely not all of them.
So good.
Definitely on all of them.
He he sounds drunk when he's saying it. Yeah, that's so great.
Funny.
I mean, I feel like that if you asked any actor on the planet to trade places, like I feel like Steve Zahn's filmography is one of them that you'd want to trade with, because he has just been in so many things and has been in so good in all of them. Like he's just the movie enhancer. Every time I see him, I am excited for the film.
Yeah, I remember thinking he was mostly like a comedic type guy, and then when he was in Treme, I was like, oh my God, he's like incredible in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
And, then,
and White
of
Lotus,
course-
he was in White Lotus.
Yeah, White Lotus. That was really serious.
Oh my God, yeah.
But yeah, Tandy Newton in this, well, she is definitely like known for big and like prestige-y things, you know. So this is really funny, but like she has a lot of opportunity to be different than usual, but also she's like the straight woman in that, like, you know, a normal person that against these three guys that are just like so off the rails, I guess.
She also held her own. She was really, I thought she was really funny. In this as well. Like it felt like it was very cohesive, and they really all gelled together like they were a family. And I believed the friendships.
Me too. It's so hard to do bad acting, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
And as somebody who, like, man, I had this friend group. Like, I made films like this when I was this age, and like this movie got to me emotionally in a way that I don't think that it should have. But like she was that friend. Like it was so good. Like there's so much genuine performance in this movie in a way that is like, it's also throwaway. Like it doesn't have to be that way, but like the moments where they're this friend group that's just trying to rekindle the freedom that they felt of just making dumb things together all of that worked so well for me, and it's all very Super 8 with Sandy Newton doing what she's the core of it.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that played the snake tamer?
Oh my
I forget
god,
his name.
he was so good.
He was really great, and I can't believe I forgot his name. He was also kind of a breakout. I know he's spoiler, like only kind of in the beginning, but I thought he was great too, and he's really gelling with that cast. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, I don't recognize. I feel like I should recognize him, but
he seems familiar,
yeah,
right?
but
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
The people in my theater were like all in for him. Like I was like, do they know him? Like that's how like in they were for him. But what's the name?
I believe his name is Selton Mello. Selton Mello.
Yeah, but it looks like it's Brazilian Portuguese, so it looks like maybe it's pronounced like Sutamelu. I don't know.
Man, he came into that cast and all of a sudden he was holding his own against Jack Black out of nowhere. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah, who is this guy?
Like he's outshining Jack Black.
He was in
it's impossible to do.
My favorite delivery in the entire film when Paul Rudd's trying to make amends. We'll get to the plot reasons for that in a moment. But he was like, "You want a beer?" And he's like, "I got my pills, but sure."
Yeah, he was in that movie "I'm Still Here" from last year.
Yes,
that won the Academy Award.
Right. Yeah. Oh, okay. So. Yeah, then I definitely saw that. Yeah. And then Danielle Melchior, who's been, the Brazilian girl in so many movies at this point. But I feel like that's the storyline that I'm like, I don't know if we really needed it. Like she's great, but I'm just kind of like, did we really need? They were already in danger from like the environment enough. Like, right. I don't know if they needed it.
So I agree with that sentiment. I liked the ultimate twist that happened with her character, which we can get into. And I think that there is times where it's convenient for her to be in the story, and there's times where the entire plot forgets that she exists. And I think that that's the part that makes it difficult to reckon with her presence. However, I do think it's all justified to have Paul Rudd when he shoots the police officer. Because like she's introduced as like this Tomb Raider-esque character. Right. We see her at the beginning of the movie, and we assume, hey, pretty lady, she is the force of good here. I actually really love the twist that she is the absolutely decrepit gold thief. This movie has a through line of like actually like the pretty people are the shitty people, which I think is wonderful.
Can you put that on a t-shirt?
Yeah. And so I think it's all worth that, but it does not make sense when she's doing her runaway to put on like get them on the boat, and like why did she not immediately just put them at gunpoint and be like, hey, like go carry
the hell off the boat?
Right. Yeah. Like it is when it's convenient. However, this is also a movie where like they're using it as a plot point in the movie that is an Anaconda reboot. That there's an Anaconda reboot coming up the river to force the point that Paul Rudd lied about having the rights to it. So there's part of this just like, it's funny. It's funny.
It's like that is revealed in such an incredible way. Like there's so many ways they could have revealed that he was lying, and I just was like, that's the most over the top best way to do it.
I think that was like my favorite line delivery of the entire movie when he's like, does anyone really own the rights to Anaconda? And Tandy Wayne Newton is like, yes. Sony owns the rights. I don't know why. I just love the way that she said it.
Sony does.
Yeah, I love that scene. And yeah, I definitely agree with you and Elizabeth Tyler about the Brazilian girl. Because it was like, I felt, but although I did like the chase scene when they get in the van in the woods and the motorcycles are coming after them, that was like a really fun set piece, but it also could have been achieved in other ways. And I feel like she's there, then she's not, and then it does. It's nothing against her as an actress because she's great. It's just this is one of the cases where I feel like another draft of the script before they went into production would have made it all the better because it does kind of slow things down. And then there's like a huge chunk where there's just no snake. And that's fine. Like I get snakes are expensive, but like I agree with you, Elizabeth, that it would be there's enough danger around like these idiots in the middle of the Amazon with like, no boat, not knowing where they're going is like enough. Like,
yeah, and in watching this whole franchise, we have experienced this in many of these creature features. Is that for some reason there is a long piece in the middle of the movie where there's no snake or no crocodile, and you're like, hey, I want to see the thing. And in the Anaconda one specifically, they usually have some other bug or parasite or fish or something that's screwing with people. And this has that as well. But yeah, you miss the snake when they are not there.
I will say that there are made for TV sci-fi original Anaconda films that have more snake action and better snake action than this movie has.
Yeah.
Better.
Well,
I was gonna ask
in
how you think.
concept, maybe not in execution, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I feel like part of the problem was they didn't have enough spares to kill. Like no one really died in the movie. Really, like that one Sony,
the Sony,
the girl on the boat.
Yeah,
she
intern, I guess.
But I can't even name any. I feel like if they had introduced like more people getting eaten, I don't know. I'm sure it was like a budget thing, but at the same time, like, and I'm trying to balance the comedy, but that is the biggest thing. Like, if they're just a little bit more like snake action, making this really feel like an Anaconda movie, I think everyone would have had an even better time.
I will say something that I wholeheartedly respect about this movie is once they get to Brazil, there's no like third worlding of it. It's like they get there, it's nice. The boat they get on, beautiful, incredible. Like there's not this point where it's just like, oh, these people from Buffalo are slumming it up. They're just like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah, the boat was awesome.
The boat was incredible, and I respect the fucking hell out of that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know you said you really connected with like the little kids making the movie thing, but for me as a producer of one indie movie, I like really connected with the montage and then like Steve Zahn's like worry as everyone's like arriving, because I've been that person that like arranges everything, and the worst part for you is right before everybody gets there, and then they all get there and you're like, oh my god, please like the hotel, please like the lunch, please like that, you know. And so I really like that part where they were like, you're a producer now, and he was like, yeah, you know. So.
No, guys, like if you want to melt my fucking heart, have a goddamn screening of some shit that I made with my friends when I was 14, like that. I have that footage. It exists. I have my own version of the Quatch, like, and I would have the exact same reaction of like, no, this is awful, and then sitting together with it, like that is good lord. Like also, but like I wouldn't go off and like go to the Amazon, like that's it, that's everything I need in my fucking life is that.
Yeah, I love the Quatch. The Quatch is great. I also like, part of me was like, I wonder, it would have been cool if they just tried to make Anaconda as kids, but I guess the timeline doesn't really match up for them. But
which
like,
I respect the hell out of this movie for doing, where it's just like it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, but if it was like their childhood dream, like, oh, it's our favorite movie, it would have been even funnier, because it's like Anaconda. Like, whose favorite movie is Anaconda? Like we can all enjoy it, but I've never met anyone where it's like, Anaconda is my all-time favorite.
All I do is think about it.
While we're on the subject of the birthday party and the Quatch movie, let's talk about the child star check-in.
Child star check, child star checking in, child star check-in. They're a child star, and we're checking in now.
So Jack Black's son in the film, Charlie, actually gets like some good scenes. And part of the reason Jack Black kind of decides to even do this is because his son likes watching the Quatch film, you know, so much, and he's watching it over and over. But yeah, so this kid's name is Sebastian Serro, and all of the kids are Australian local actors, because this movie was pretty much fully filmed in Australia from what I can tell. And so this kid is a 13-year-old whatever they call Australian Broadway, has been in a bunch of like national tours of Australia, and he's been Billy Elliot. He's been in Fun Home. Him and his brother actually played John and Michael in Mary Poppins national tour of Australia, which is really cute.
Nice.
And him and his younger brother Luca are in a little boy band called the Sero Brothers that you can check out on YouTube. They definitely are going for that like Justin Bieber when he first got started vibe. It's very funny because they're singing about, being in love and whatever. And they're like 13 and I think probably 10 is the younger one. And the older one will be kind of singing and the younger one's just next to him, like kind of nodding along. Right? He had like a verse, but still it was like, and then all the girls that they're like looking at in the music video are like 2 feet taller than them because of like the puberty situation. And it's very cute and funny. But the thing with this kid is that he is the one that actually got to like go to the real premiere and like take pictures with Jack Black and Paul Rudd and all that stuff. Whereas these other kids, maybe not so much. But so we have the young cast playing the young versions of all the big actors. And they definitely filmed the Quatch they filmed it at least twice, because I guess what happened was that this movie lost the location for the finale and then started setting up a second location, which was destroyed by a cyclone. And so they had to make a third location. And so because they had to change the way that the finale worked, they had to refilm like the Quatch parts so that it could line up with the way that Paul Rudd does
that
the
makes
thing at
sense.
the end. So I'm pretty sure they all got to come in twice. And so the 4 kids, according to their Instagram, all became like best friends in real life. And, I could believe it because there's a bunch of pictures of them together having a good time, working on this. They definitely, it wasn't like some other unit director. This Gornikin like came and directed these kids, took pictures with them. They have a bunch of like cute behind the scenes stuff. And it seems like the ringleader is Romeo Ellard, who is young Griff, the young Paul Rudd. He's been in, commercials for things like Australian KFC and pet insurance. And, he's got a good set of headshots and he's the one networking with all the other kids. Reagan George is young Kenny, who was in before this, the only film he was in was called Nowhere Boys, Book of Shadows. No relation that I know of to the Blair Witch. But the
No relation
Boys.
to Blair Witch.
Yeah. As far as I know. And then Amy Ba is young Claire. She has been in the Australian national tour of the Tina Turner musical, playing the young version of Tina Turner, which is a good portion of that show because I did see it at the Pantages. And she's also been Nala in Lion King. And
Sorry to interject. It's a weird show. The Tina Turner show is a weird show.
Yeah, it is. True.
Yeah.
I think I saw it at the Pantages like the week after she died or whatever. So they had to redo all the playbills to like.
It's weird to do a jukebox musical that's like a complete celebration of like, oh my god, all these songs. There's like there's a woman being abused.
Right.
Across all of this. Anyway,
yeah.
sorry.
Well, gotta tell the truth. So Amy, this girl, she's like, I think she's a senior in high school. So she's definitely the oldest and the most mature and seems like she might be a little bit too cool for these other 3 boys, but she seems very nice to them. And then finally, we have Jack Waters, who is young Doug. And this is definitely, I mean, he even posted like, since he came out of the womb, people have been telling him he looks like Jack Black. And he really does. This is like the most closest one. And he has, been in a few little things here and there, but he has also been in regional production of School of Rock, but not as the Jack Black character, as like the kid that plays the bass or whatever. So it's kind of a full circle moment for him. But these kids did not get to go to the big red carpet premiere, but they did get to go to the cast and crew screening, and somebody, bless them, made like a little red carpet and a backdrop and made it look like an Anaconda thing, and hung the posters and hung like little nets and little fake palm trees and stuff like that. And so they all got to
That's cute.
have their little moment and take their pictures, and it's very cute.
Nice.
Elizabeth, where was the premiere at for Anaconda? Was it LA, New York?
I do think that there was one. I think there were multiple ones, but I definitely saw the Australian one.
Well, that's so silly they didn't invite those kids, because
I know
there's always like seat fillers and just randos going to premieres all the time. It's
I know.
like I could understand that they don't, production doesn't want to pay them to like fly to the States, but that's
yeah.
The Wikipedia says the world premiere was in LA on December 13th. Yeah.
Okay, but there definitely was one in
Like
Australia.
an Australia
I saw
premiere,
definitely footage of it in interviews. And Jack Black, to his credit, was like very nice to the other kid playing his son. He definitely was like, there's videos of him on the red carpet being like, this guy's in the movie, like talk to him, not me, to this like 13-year-old kid, which is very
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I thought that kid was great. I like the
was.
scenes between him, and if anything, I actually kind of wish maybe there was like just some kind of I felt like that was like unresolved a little bit, like it got rushed because his son kind of inspired him to get off his butt and go film something again, because his son was enjoying the movie so much. And I thought that was a really surprisingly tender moment, where it's like, obviously it was bringing him joy, but then seeing his son watch that movie, you can kind of see the spark that it gave him. And I thought that was a pretty important emotional part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid really like makes or breaks it, right? Like you have to have a good child actor, and the kid totally sold it. So
I think that like gets to the heart of like where this movie maybe falls apart a little bit, and that like there's a lot of awesome stuff happening at the center of it, and like the first act is like really well emotionally grounded. Like I think that all of it makes sense, and I think that that's the thing that is the fertile soil for everything that happens afterwards. But I think that then the movie moves beyond, like it kind of wears that on its sleeve and doesn't want to take that too seriously either. So like the movie is enjoyable as this lark that's not trying to take itself too seriously, but it's almost undermined by the emotional integrity of the first act of having like, hey, it's these friends that want to come together and do this thing. It's Doug's family and all of that stuff. And then, we're heading headlong into a movie where there is a fleet of Sony boats as a throwaway joke of, you don't have the rights, which I think is ultimately the movie that I want to enjoy. But I think that you're correct in that, like, it does not kind of round the circle of that emotional core from World's Best Doug that his son gives him that statue, and it makes it feel a little bit uneven at the end.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's a very difficult thing to balance, right? Like you set up all these, like a kind of grounded beginning, but then it's like, I guess Jack Black kind of has to just forget about his family for a while, and then when he's dead, no one's like, oh, his son. Like,
Exactly. You can't have Jack Black running with the half dead pig, now alive pig on his back if you're thinking about his family.
I do like that they use him as the one who, like, of the main core group that might have died, because everyone else seems like they have no real attachments, so it's like they have to have him die, kind of. And I do like that it's just like, what the fuck were we doing out here? Like, we totally we ruined this guy's life and he's dead now.
One thing that also I think I would have liked to see a little bit more of is them filming more, because it's just that was a little bit of pet peeve for me, because I'm like, well, look, they should be kind of, and they do at one point, like when they're in a car, like, oh, are you filming this? And he pulls up his iPhone. So I'm like, maybe they just put like GoPros on their heads the whole time. Because I'm like, well, if all this is happening, I feel like they would want to be filming more. And I was like, what did they actually film? So but that again, that's like another obstacle probably when you're writing this thing, is like, it'd be survival over that. But I would have liked to see just a little bit more filmmaking. involved because I actually did enjoy the scenes where they're making their fake little movie, and yeah. But I get it. Like, giant snake, kind of hard.
They do say at the end, like when they're setting up the final thing with all the pyrotechnics, like, all right, you set up the cameras and you set up the lights, so like they are ostensibly filming that.
Yeah, they're
too.
still yeah.
But even then, it's like, I agree. It's one of those things where I am more endeared to that indie spirit, and that when that goes away, it's kind of like I think that is the thing that made me feel the most like it lost me a little bit is when Anna takes over, and Paul Rudd is like, ugh, like whatever. Like, yes, they're petty folks, and yes, like this was never a professional thing, but there wasn't enough of the kind of actual filmmaking of it to justify that turn, and it felt a little rushed. It felt maybe a little bit of it honestly felt like some things were lost in the edit for reasons that maybe we will never understand.
There's also I can't help but think about like Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen, who do these kinds of movies so well, and they're able to kind of nail they usually stick the landing with these things, and it's because what you said earlier, Tyler, they keep things crazy but then also grounded, and at the end there's always like a really good grounded emotional moment in the climax of their films, at least like the Golden Era ones, and thinking like this is the end in particular, right? Which is kind of meta too, and so but then they do these other little things where like I was really hoping that after the snake died, they like, okay, well, let's do something with the snake head, like the severed head, like and try to like film an additional scene. Or you're gonna cut back to back in their home, like back in the United States, and like Jack Black has that as a coffee table now, just like a snake bone it, like just something crazy because it's those little moments to me would have been a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the ultimate thing is like, again, I feel like maybe a couple more drafts before this thing went into production. Like it felt like it needed it, because I do think that there's the bones of like a really great, fun movie here, and I still enjoyed it, but it lagged in certain places. But yeah, it's still fun. Still really, really fun.
Did you guys know in advance about the cameos?
I knew about
yes,
Ice Cube, but
Ice
not
Cube
the
was
other one.
spoiled for me because of a football commercial.
I think they put him in the final trailer.
Oh, they did.
But
I saw him at the red carpet.
Which I saw, and I informed frequent never guest of the podcast, and they were incredibly upset with me for spoiling that to them.
But then the J-Lo thing, I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't know about J-Lo.
That was exciting.
That was great.
Everybody was like yelling.
I also loved Ice Cube's. Jenny's from the block. She'll be fine.
Stoltz,
he ain't from the block.
Yeah, we don't know. He might have died.
Eric,
he might be dead. Yeah, nobody asked J-Lo.
That was so funny. Oh my god,
great
I thought Ice Cube's moment was great. It just again like then you want more of him. That's the problem.
Just like,
he
okay,
shows
bye.
up and and you're like, no, come back. Like I want to see him help them out. Somehow that would have been cool if he like maybe he got injured, like it would have been great like Paul Rudd injured him or something, and then he's like, oh great, now you got to save us or whatever. But
there's part of me that respects that is just like, okay, we had that and he's gone,
now I'm leaving.
There's part of me that respects that like the movie's trying not to take things too seriously, but I think that it also discards too many things to actually have anything that matters at the center of it. And I think that it demonstrates a real emotional core early on that it just never delivers on.
Yeah.
That being said, I laughed my ass off. I thought it was great.
Yeah. The whole J-Lo thing too. I don't know if you guys saw this online, but it was so last minute because I guess that they literally like did test screenings and people were like mad that she wasn't in the movie for a cameo. And so they like apparently moved heaven and earth and made it happen. And they literally shot it on November 17th. 2025,
really?
Which is wild. Nice. Like that is so crazy.
Wow.
So
it's also insane that they did not have us in those test screenings, but sure.
Yeah,
I know.
Seriously.
I'm really happy that they had her show up because I definitely I was like, come on, You gotta have like something.
Yeah, exactly.
She was great. She was great.
And the other thing that he said that really caught my eye in that interview is that apparently he actually did have in the script references to Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Oh my God.
And they had a joke about it in there, and the people just like people were like, what? So they just like had to take it out. And I was like, that's how you know we weren't in the test screenings.
Wow.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah, we were like, no, keep that shit in. Keep that shit in, Tom.
I have a quick story about that. So when I was in high school, we had a local video store, and they get rid of like all their movie posters. And I didn't give a fuck what movies they were, even if I hadn't seen them. I'd just like grab them because they were for free.
Yeah, 100%.
And I lined my whole wall with these movies. Like at least like 4 of them I had never seen, and one of them was Anaconda Hunt for the Blood Orchid, because it's just like a bunch of snakes and people like, I mean, it looks cool, right? And I just had that movie poster up, and I think it was like that. Julianne Moore's The Forgotten and some weird shit. I just thought they looked awesome, but people came in my room and like, wow, you're a big Blood Orchid fan, huh? It's like
That's amazing.
So I had to eventually watch it, and I don't remember anything now. But I still remember that name, Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Yeah,
that's great. Did that go to theaters, by the way, or was that?
It did.
I think it
That was
did,
the last one.
limitedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many
last one.
was there? Was there only 2 that went to theaters?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the director said that they watched all of them, even the sci-fi ones, just for like background. And I was like, what? No way. But
no Wexel Corp mentioned in this.
no.
It's interesting too. This is like if we want to talk about the snake a little bit, I'd be interested to see what you guys think of it compared to the other ones. But this is a snake that it's just a big snake. There's nothing mystical about it.
There's nothing special about it, and I do
Not a
think
mythic
that
snake.
perhaps there were other better snake kills from lesser movies. I do not think that this movie, big budget, Hollywood, big actors, everything else, I think that some of the sci-fi films had better snake kills.
Yeah, I think they were afraid. That's where, getting back to what we were saying earlier, though, about them not going all in on things. I think they were a little too afraid to have, because I really think they were trying to capture a family audience of this.
Yeah,
they wanted Elizabeth and her dad times like a million.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like also that's like the best case scenario, because Elizabeth is cool and has great taste and wants to go see these things. But think about the people like in Wisconsin, right? That like
my mom wanted to go see it, but she didn't end up going. But.
Your mom didn't go?
She didn't go. Yeah, she was too tired. And Jordan went instead. But yeah, they were on like the CBS morning show doing the thing. Yeah, it's like, they were.
But we want to see someone get swallowed and see like their body in the snake and like stick like we want to see more of that. And I think they did some really gross stuff in this movie, so it doesn't make sense why they couldn't have had more cool snake kills, because it's like Jack Black with like the pig and the rat in his mouth is more gross to me than like a disgusting snake kill.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. Oh my god.
It did a lot of like. So it did a lot of quickly wrapping people up and pulling them into like shadowy water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
and also
like,
that's the Brazilian girl. Like I thought there would be a little bit more to that, and they're just like, oh no,
me
we're
too.
done.
You can't even see their bodies
Honestly,
once it wraps it up. It's like,
the most shocking like action snake moment is the first snake getting sucked into the boat fan. Like everybody, I did not see that coming, and it totally jump scared everyone, and we were all like yelling, like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it was just like ridiculous.
It was great. That stuff. Unfortunately, that was ruined in the trailer for me.
Oh really? I did
yeah,
not see
saw that in
in
the
the
trailer
trailer,
too.
But like, which is fantastic. But yeah, I think that like the last Anaconda film we watched, much better snake stuff happening.
Well, that was a Chinese one.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was.
And I think that even in like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna say Hasselhoff had better like snake kills,
maybe,
but like.
Shawn, let's just tell you that in that movie, the snake had like a scorpion tail that would kill people.
What?
It would come forward and kill them. Like he rarely even stabbed him.
And there were a couple. Yeah.
See,
it'd be kind of cool.
There were a couple too where the
that's what I'm saying.
could...
I feel like this idea is so insane. You just have to go all in with stuff like this, and it's tough. Yeah, I really think that the studio pressuring them to make this a Christmas release is probably what was its ultimate downfall, because they went too soft in certain areas. It doesn't make sense. if this was in January and February, it probably would have done a lot better. And they probably could have gotten away with it being a little bit more, giving us more snake kills. Because I feel like, I understand that it's a hard comedy, but some of the best hard comedies can still go really hard on like action and other things. So yeah, I think if they just had better snake kills in general and raised the stakes too, just a little bit, and taken the stakes a little bit more seriously, even if nobody died, you could have done that. And I think it would have made it better. And also, yeah, the ending felt very rushed too.
Yeah.
Like I like, the whole come full circle, Paul Rudd shooting the snake. But I think at that point we had all kind of lost the sense of real danger. Like we knew these guys were all going to be okay.
Then all we find even like that scene loses like track of itself. When it's like, okay, when you do this, and then it's just like, we forgot. And then like there's like a beat of like, oh, Steve's on, I forgot to turn it on. It's like, what were you even doing? Like what like the time passes. Like this movie does feel like that there was an edit pass that removed a bunch of stuff that makes it feel very truncated. I'm not saying that the movie would have been better if it was longer. It felt plenty long. But it definitely felt like that it was cut to the bone.
I think like the whole jungle scene stuff, like the peeing on Steve Zahn could have gotten cut.
I thought that was so funny. I don't know. I thought that was so funny.
Well, it is funny. It was funny, but
I think
I was cracking up.
That is the like linchpin of the movie. What? Like, because I think that the movie is trying to like not take itself seriously enough, or it's just like all four of these friends. The movie industry itself is so dumb that like everybody is like we're rooting for this illogical thing to happen that doesn't need to happen. The entire audience knows it doesn't need to happen. But like, let's root for it. And there's a part of that is so funny.
It's so funny. I thought it was hilarious.
And I think but the movie needs to have a much sharper focus to waste the audience's time in the way that scene does. I'm a big fan of that scene. I think that scene's incredibly funny, but I think that it is not justified by the rest of the movie that's propped up behind it. I want to see the movie that justifies that piss scene. That's my time. Thank you for my TED Talk.
Yeah, I mean, even if like the snake was like slithering around while they were doing it, it had to be really quiet. Like it just raised the snake, raised the stakes, not the snakes.
The snakes
and the snakes. Raise the snakes. I think that's what we need. This movie, the biggest lesson is raise the snakes.
Raise the snakes.
I just love all the.
This movie needs to do just well enough where they can do a sequel, but they're remaking Snakes on a Plane.
Yes.
Or like Placid would make more sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But yeah, I agree with all that. I also, I mean, I really do agree that you guys made me realize how much like I really did like the beginning of this movie, like the groundedness of it. And yeah, I almost wish that we had gotten more of them as like a group as kids, because I understand like for pacing, like it's tough, like that you can give us too much of that and then it slows down the movie too much. But it was great, and it's kind of nice, and I think that was the emotional core. And if they had worked more as a team at the end, that's the other thing. It's kind of just like Paul Rudd and Jack Black, and then Thaddeus Newton and Steve Zahn are kind of like gone in there in their golf cart. And I would have liked to see the four of them kind of like work together as like producers or something. Like they're like, all right, how do we produce killing the snake, or like how do we work together? Because that's really the core of the movie, those four friends. And then but again, like still fun. I would probably watch this movie again. It's not something I'll never see again. Like I feel like I'm interested to watch it like a second time to see how I feel. And overall, like I enjoyed it. So, and I wasn't expecting much either. I was like, it's Anaconda. You can't go into this thinking it's going to be a masterpiece. But yeah, you get what you are expecting with this one a little bit.
Yeah, I could definitely see this showing up on Netflix and being like randomly the top movie for like,
oh my god.
Oh, totally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, I think, and also I think it did okay, even though,
it made back its budget.
Could have been better, but it looks like it's doing pretty good in the box office, and I think this weekend will probably bring more to it.
Yeah.
I think I really love the emotional grounding of it. Traditional movie brain wants the nostalgic Super 8, hey, all these friends coming together later in life, to make something that as a passion project. I like that the movie made choices of like they're all kind of shitty and it didn't work out for them. And like there's something really deeply funny about that. And I kind of wish that it went like there's part of me that wishes the movie was meaner. Of like it has a mean streak, but it kind of like
never delivers on it.
Pulls up across that. And not that I need to see Jack Black die, nor do I need to see Paul Rudd be like upset that the riverboat guide is across that, but like some real statement on why you can't have that dream at the end, and it's never what you expect it to be, but but you still get something out of it. It's about the camaraderie. Or something, across that. And I think that the movie probably had the elements of that, but then kind of, chose irreverence, which is not the worst path. But it makes it feel like that there is, lost potential, especially with this cast.
Yeah.
But also, how friggin' lucky of a franchise is this? Like, you rescued from the dollar bin DVDs at like Walmart. Like, like this movie, this franchise was in the gutter, and then to have like this major talent and this major studio pushing on Christmas Day, it's so insane. Like, this is like a Hollywood dream.
The marketing was really, they marketed it a lot.
Getting Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Steve Zahn in a movie.
Yeah,
you got like fake snake things all over town. There was like that giant snake like billboard thing in West Hollywood. There's like the cardboard standee thing got a lot of action on social media. It was one of like the funnier ones that I've seen recently that people are like actually doing.
We posted ours.
The mistletoe, the mistletoe thing. And then I actually was at the Sony lot for something, and they had like all over there too, like the giant like Columbia Pictures Sony thing on top of the like tall building there was decked out in Anaconda, posters everywhere. Like, so
it definitely, like, on paper, when I first heard about this getting made, I was really excited. I'm like, oh my God, that is so fun. And it kind of came out of nowhere. Apparently, like, it had been in production since like 2020, or at least pre-production, right? Like they'd
right.
But I found out about it like a year ago, and it seemed to like really pull together really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And on paper, this is like a great idea. I just think it's a tough sell. I think it like maybe 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago would have done really well on Christmas. Now I feel like, again, January, or even like a streaming movie, maybe a little bit better, or they should have just gone all in and made it like super.
They did. The marketing was a little bit weird, because like even when they did like a really early, like, I don't know, over a year ago, like an announcement video that those two guys were in it. And then even when we were like first deciding to do this franchise, we were like, is the movie really coming out this Christmas? Like, there hasn't been any other mention of it. There's been no other mention of it since that trailer like a year ago. Like, is it really happening? And then it just kind of came out of nowhere, and it was like super hard.
It's so insane. This is such an insane thing that's happened for like a movie that in like since COVID. Like, I can't think of a weirder thing. Like, an Anaconda metas comedy thing. Like, on Christmas Day, we're gonna go up against Avatar.
Avatar,
like, come on, man. Like,
absolutely insane.
I mean, just as insane as the characters in this movie. So I guess it kind of fits the spirit of it. I do feel like it'll find an audience. I feel like you guys said, like, once it's on streaming, more people will watch it and enjoy it. I just think it's a hell of a tough sell on families, like, going together, like, let's all go see Anaconda instead of Avatar.
It's just such a
which
question.
Also, like, Avatar.
We came up with Snake Placid. What is the
Snake Placid
of Avatar Anaconda?
Well, I saw no other choice. So.
But you mean the actual portmanteau name?
Yeah, what's the actual What's the actual Christmas Day portmanteau here?
Oh man,
Anaconda.
Anaconda.
Lupin Marty Supreme for bonus points. We'll get back to you next episode, guys.
Yeah. So are there any other things that we need to talk about before we do the rating system?
I was just gonna say the score I thought was pretty solid too.
It's pretty good.
Very fun
Yeah.
adventure, like big adventure score with some good rhythms, and it was David Fleming.
To that exact point, I really loved how they categorized when Jack Black was writing the scenes where they did that projection map.
Right.
Jungle-y thing. I thought that ruled. I loved that.
Well,
I thought that was one of the better conceptualizations of kind of bullshit creativity. And it was so fun. I loved that. I thought that was one of the better things to come out of the movie.
And even Jack Black's introduction scene where he's doing his kind of Jack Black scatting of doing the score.
Hell yes.
And then the
I'm
score is
so on
actually
board for this.
coming up in the background, following what he's doing. It was so great. I love that. That was really funny.
Also, I have to point out it was really funny that Paul Rudd was basically dressed as Alan Grant.
Yes.
And
it's
so
Alan
was Stanley Newton was dressed as
yeah.
Laura Dern.
Yeah, Laura Dern and Alan Grant. I thought that was so funny because they never say anything about it.
No, they never do. I also loved all the takes of him being I got the toothpick, and that really unlocked the character. And him just
and he's
acting acting for bad acting is actually really hard, and they do such a good job in this movie. It's great. It's very.
I feel
funny.
Paul Rudd's kind of the king of that.
Yeah.
He's really good at playing a bad actor in a really great way. Even if he's just the awkward guy at the party and he's doing impressions.
Yes,
he's so good at it.
There are strains of his original Wet Hot American Summer performance in this that are so good.
Oh my god, yes, that's great.
Well, Tyler, you got a rating system?
I will say, how many snake luring green flares would you give Anaconda 2025?
I would say it feels real snaky here.
We've been on such a journey with these ratings. Yeah,
it just feels real snaky. That was so he was the star of the movie for me. It's so funny.
He was good. I really like this one. I think I'm gonna give it maybe a 7. Seven snake luring green flares. Is that what you said? Something like that?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, I think this movie is really fun, and like I said, I really bought into the friendship relationship of these 4 characters, and I kind of was down to watch them do whatever, and I could not get enough of seeing them way in over their heads, and the more that people were going, oh shit, running from things, I was cracking up. They're just just to see a normal person be what the fuck is happening? I gotta deal with this fucking snake. Yeah, it was just very over the top and fun, and I had a great time with that. And these guys made me laugh a lot. Enjoyed all the cameo stuff, references to the original film, all great. I don't know. I don't think I can give it a 10 or anything because of some of the stuff we talked about. The snake could be scarier.
There's definitely flaws.
Yeah, there's a few flaws, but it's just very fun movie, and I hope people go see it or check it out when it hits streaming, whatever works for you. But it's fun time.
I think I agree with you. I probably, in a vacuum, it's probably a 7. Green snake luring green flares, but in context with everything we've just been through over the past couple months, I have to bump it up to an 8 because it is so much better than so much of what we've seen. And, despite, obviously I would have liked a little bit more of the horror and the gore and some, some small changes to the story and stuff, but it's good. It's funny. It looks like a real movie, unlike half of the shit that we've seen, in the series. And so, for me, I'll say 8.
I think I will also say 8 for all of those reasons. I think that is so much better than everything that we've endured since the original inception of the Snake Placid universe. And I think that even the missteps are interesting. Anna, her story, maybe not necessary, but making her the actual gold thief, interesting. Like they're like having the boat be super nice and having Sony actually be making the movie. Like there are things there that like I feel like, and having, you know, all these people doing this super romantic thing of following their dreams and having it not work out kind of the way that they want it to, but still being, you know, not overly sentimental about that, like in a way that kind of like the Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg things would be, is interesting. It doesn't completely land the plane, but there's not a misstep that I experienced that I was like, well, I would have done, you know, yeah, I would have done something different, but it's not, you know, you made the completely wrong choice. At least it was making interesting failures.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so, and on top of that, it's just fun. Like I laughed aloud in the theater, and that's rare these days. So
That's what we need.
8.
Sean, what about you?
I'll settle up with Justin here. I'll do a 7. I didn't see all the terrible sequels, so
good job.
Warm me up for this. I really think the bottom line is you know what you're getting into. It's an Anaconda movie. It's not supposed to be a masterpiece. I had a fun time. I love all these actors. I think the actors make the movie. And also I think it's really funny that at the end of the movie with a J-Lo post-credit scene, like after what we presume like everyone in the cast of this remake died, they're like, Sony's just ready to reboot it again.
They're just gonna go back.
They're like, yeah, everybody died. Eric Stoltz got killed, and we're gonna go make Anaconda again. I kind of like wish that there was a world where we could just see a sequel to this, because I do like the characters so much, and I just want to see like it go even more ham. And
Agreed.
I want to see, but I know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think they're definitely like
a fun time
trying to do, you know, they're trying to get some of that Jumanji money on this one, and I don't know if that happened, but
no, I don't think so. But like Elizabeth said earlier, I think it did okay.
Yeah.
But nowadays you literally have to make like $1 billion, which is really crazy to be profitable. Like Predator Badlands apparently wasn't profitable, which is insane because it's also like the highest grossing Predator movie. Right. So yeah, I don't know.
And one of the best movies of 2025, everybody.
Yeah, really fun.
Predator Badlands.
Yes.
But I had a great time, and again, I'll watch this. I'm gonna maybe like skip. If I had to choose one bad Anaconda sequel to watch, which one would you guys recommend?
Ooh, boy.
I mean, I would say watch the Chinese one because it was actually good.
Yeah,
that was actually great. Yeah,
just came out last year.
When did that come out? Like a couple years ago?
Last year.
Last year. Wow, that's crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was like back to back. That's so interesting. Sony has such a vested interest in this franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine there being another one, but I would love that.
I feel like they're gonna, and I'm kind of curious if after this, like they're not gonna do another Jack Black one, right? But like, I'm curious how this will affect the like sci-fi or dollar bin like sequels after this. Like, will they have more comedy? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they'll get more creative. I think that'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah, I think
it's really,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think there's a world too where, for whatever reason, they get these characters back to remake something else.
Yeah, I think that's the best
like
idea.
Another Sony movie.
I think that would be so cool. Like, just go through the Sony
that
catalog and be like, what do we own that's dead?
Yeah, what can we do?
That would be
I
fun,
feel like
yeah.
this is kind of the best case scenario with this director. Like, I cannot recommend Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent enough. Like, that movie is incredible. Like, this is a murderer's row of a cast, even though, this cast is, talking about how amazing the Anaconda cast is in a meta way of just how good this cast is for this type of movie. And I feel like if this isn't successful in the way that it needs to be, it might, I couldn't draft a better team to try to attempt this type of thing. And to your point, Eliz, I hope that, it's successful enough that they're out there and they're rebooting something else.
Yeah,
that'd be so cool.
Oh my God.
It's like when This Is the End, back when that first came out, Seth Rogen's like, if we ever made another one, It'd be like all of our characters at the premiere playing different versions of ourselves with a different apocalypse. Yeah. I'm like, that's great. And I agree with the Anaconda. Like, if they're gonna do a sequel, do Lake Placid. Like, now they're making Lake Placid.
Oh
yeah. It's
Pretty
interesting. Thinking about this movie and then the director's previous film, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I also, the day after I saw this movie, happened to be catching up on Oscar movies, and I watched Jay Kelly on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
Jay Kelly is the serious version of Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, in a weird way. Like, but
yes, it is.
Yeah, an interesting double feature would be those as well. So
only one of them has the correct perspective on Paddington 2. So.
Oh God, yes. All right. Well, I think that's probably going to bring us to the end of our discussion on Anaconda 2025 and to the end of our episodes for the year. We hope you guys...
That was 301.
301.
Yeah, we're sneaking this one out like right before the year ends.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, guys, thank you so much. I'm honored that you had me on for the last episode of the year. This is really, really, really fun. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'm honored.
Thanks for being
here. We're so
Shawn.
happy to have you.
Is there anywhere that people can follow your work online? Where's the best place for them to check out the stuff you work
Sure,
on?
yeah. You can I run the official Conan the Barbarian YouTube channel. So just Conan the Barbarian official on YouTube. I have lots of cool lore videos about the world of Conan, and I actually put out a video on snake people recently. So that's kind of timely, I guess. And that was interesting because it was about reptilians and how Conan's creator invented the reptilian conspiracy. And at first, like, it's like, oh, this video, yes, he created, like, he was the first writer to write about like people shapeshifting into reptilians.
Oh my God.
I thought that was so interesting. And then like these weird cult leaders in UFO circles took that and like, oh, it's real. And all the comments in the YouTube channel are just like, no, it is real, it is, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh God, it got scary fast. But if you're into snakes, that's the video for you. That's the best connection to snakes I can think of. But yeah, go check it out. I appreciate it. And guys, thank you so much again. This is always really fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are going to look forward to next year with some check-ins. But while you wait for that, Eliz, where can people reach out?
Yeah, let us know what franchises you want us to hear us talk about next year. Probably no animals, but you never know.
No animals. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, no animals.
Tyler's putting his foot down.
In a completely non-binding, very firm way that is completely not enforceable. No animals.
There might be some animals.
Yeah. So email us, sequelrights@gmail.com, or reach out to us on YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, or Facebook at Sequel Rights.
And rate and review wherever you're listening. 5 stars goes a long way to get Carl Urban onto the podcast.
Yes. We're manifesting it. It's happening. It's happening. Mark our words.
If you guys have Carl Urban on, what are you guys going to talk about? Or is it gonna be
we're only going to talk about
Mortal Kombat.
Dread. We're only going to talk about Dread 3D.
Oh, I love that one.
Love
actually,
Dread.
I
Oh
love
my
that one.
God,
or Almost
Dread's
Human,
so
or whatever that
good.
show was.
I still want the sequel. Come on.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's actually a promise. That's actually not even a joke. That's all I'd want to talk about.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, as we do, we like to leave you guys with an AI generated song to hopefully leave you with some laughs on the way out. And being that this is our holiday episode and we're celebrating Snakemas this week, you are gonna enjoy the tune "It's Snakemas." It'll be up on Spotify at some point. It's on its way there, but everyone's busy for the holidays, and they'll get it up when they can. So it just might be a little bit late this time, but. As soon as it is up, we'll post it and you guys can have fun listening to it again, or just keep playing the episode over and over again. That works too. But until then, thank you guys. We made it to 300 this year. We're at 301 today. We can't do it without you guys. Hope you had a great
This is sequels.
year. Here's to 2026. All right. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Doug and Griffin, Kenny too. Claire says, man, what happened to you? Till Griff says, hey, I got the rights. Low budget dreams, Amazon flights. Fake snake dies, real ones found. Christmas screams echo all around. Oh shit, it's snake muss. Kiss an anaconda under the mistletoe. Run with a boar on your back and say, ho, 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 ho. Shit, it's snake muss. Gather round to watch the quatch with me while the snake wraps around this Christmas tree. Anna shows up, story's wrong. Griff admits the rights are gone. Other crew's dead, jungle red. Cop gets shot, miners fed. Snake drags her down, no debate. Duck gets eaten, wait, not quite. Oh shit, it's snake muss. Kiss an anaconda under the mistletoe. Run with a boar on your back and say, ho, 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 ho. Shit, it's snake muss. Gather round to watch the quatch with me while the snake wraps around this Christmas tree. Ice cube helps, pyro fails, propane flare sends scales to hell. Oh shit, it's snake muss. Kiss an anaconda under the mistletoe. Run with a boar on your back and say, ho, 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 ho. Shit, it's snake muss. Gather round to watch the quatch with me while the snake wraps around this Christmas tree. Sony says stop, J-Lo says go. Santiago lives home.